Well, good evening, everyone. You're very welcome to round number 2 of TTML Division 4 here at the Hanoi Street Circuit for the Vietnamese Grand Prix. My name is Graham Chappell, and I will be guiding you tonight through, well, what's going to be an experience for us all, especially if you, anyone who hasn't really had a go around this merry-go-round of a track as of yet. It is just myself for tonight. Perhaps my co-commentator Joe Corboy will be joining me, but we shall see how that turns out. But for now, you're stuck with me, so we may as well look. We may as well both make the best of it as best we can. Hey, we'll get through this together if we try. Anyways, just sat here in the lobby waiting for things to kick up. While we wait and debate, not really debating, but we're just waiting. Gonna go over the standings before we get into some juicy qualifying action. Hopefully, a few more drivers turn up at this rate because not a lot of action going on here at the moment. Hopefully we don't get delayed. That would be a disaster. But anyways, at the top of the standings, it is Martin Bell in the Racing Point after his victory last weekend. Backed up there by Synchronizer on 25 points a second. Nadal then in third on 20. And then Lord Holt 18 points in fourth. And then Pariah in fifth on 15. In the Constructors, Racing Point lead the way on 50 points, but maybe we might have to deduct 15 points. We never know. Hasser in second on 38 points, Williams third 25, Red Bull fourth on 24, and Renault in fifth with 20. That is how things stand at the moment as we look to get underway. I think, oh gosh, is this it then? We're going then. This is it. 11 drivers is what we have here tonight. Yeesh, that won't go down too well, but we'll make the best of it. Hey, you don't need 20 cars to have a good race. I mean, it helps, but certainly not required to have good racing. And we saw some interesting action as well throughout some of the other divisions over the last few days. So we might get some of that as well. We had some even rain in Division 3, so that was quite something. We'll see if we get anything of the sort today. If you're watching on YouTube, hello, hello, hello. Please keep me company. I will require it, as I am on my lonesome, at least for now. If we can ever find, there we go. There is the channel. Evening, 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 evening. Yes, hello, Storm. Please keep me company. Anyways, let's see what the weather condition is doing. See what we're working with as we get into this qualifying session. It is dry. So there we go. That is a start at least. There's your track map. So that's what we're working with. We're working with 23 corners and all. And to be honest, there's a lot of like you can look at the track map. You can see the inspiration for so many of these corners. Really, I do believe that the heading down towards turn 1 and 2, and obviously heading to 3 and 4, there's like a hint of the Nürburgring. Of course, the one that not the old one, of course, but the new one. Quote new one. If you look at then turn 11 and 12 at the end of the big long straight, you see semblances to China's final, well, second to last corner after its big long straight. There's semblance there. And basically the rest of the circuit, Sector 3 after that turn, Sector 3 is basically the entirety of, it's basically Kota basically. It's the first sector of Kota and then mixed with the last two turns of Kota, except the last corner is a little bit tighter than the last corner of Kota. I always thought it was interesting, like watching some real life F1 at Kota. I think it was Paul Di Resta on Sky. He said that the second to last corner adds nothing to Kota. And I can't help but feel these last two corners, maybe not so the last one, but the second to last one, I also feel like it doesn't add a lot to this track. Certainly, because I don't know, you think of a last corner and you think a place where you can maybe stick the nose and maybe go for an overtake or something. And I don't know, I just don't see it happening in any of, especially with the line being a little bit shorter as well down the main straight. I don't really see that happening really at this track. Your overtaking opportunities are fairly plain and obvious where they're going to be. Yeah, pretty obvious. So that's kind of what the story is with that. So look, hey, we'll get there. Everyone bar Storm out on a set of the set of soft tires, medium tires for Storm. I almost had another stream moment there heading into. Now, forgive me as I get used to some of these corner numbers because this is a new experience for me as well. So I've not driven this track as extensively as some of the guys who've been racing during the week. So you will have to forgive me if I get some turn number rather is what I'm trying to say incorrect. So here's Pariah then. He is not on a flying lap as his ERS would seem to suggest, is he? Maybe he is. Well, we'll stick with him anyways. Purple sector 1 as he heads down towards the roundabout section. So I get sort of Zandvoort kind of feels from this kind of section as well. Long turn 8 there. Sorry, turn 7, and that's a little kink of turn 8. And then the long straight down towards, well, technically going through turn 10. Turn 10 being here. And then turn 11 then is your braking zone. Big braking zone is that. Let's see how he slows down. People have been struggling to judge this one correctly, but that's a nice judgment there from Pariah. As he exits and out of turn 12 and in towards then turn 13, which is sector 3. And a lot of windiness. Can be deceptive as well, this sector as well. Especially if you're not used to it, because it's this part you need to lift off. He's through 6th gear there. And then another lift off then through, that's turn 20. That's turn 21, this is turn 22. And then this kind of blind left-hander of turn 23 then. As he comes across the line to set a lap time of a 34.9, which is beaten quickly by Cam, who's done at 34.6. So that's where we stand. Here comes Charlie. And he's just starting his flying lap, or is Conti on a flying lap? Conti should be quite quick here. Oh, it looks like the fastest lap indicator isn't moving anywhere. That's great. Hopefully that fixes itself. Pit entry here is also an interesting topic. We can kind of cover it when we watch someone on an in lap. But here comes Hades. He goes second, 34.6. Just a couple hundredths away from provisional pole position. I'm not sure how to say this name. Oustbo we'll go with, as Nadal goes into 3rd place. And I'm doing a purple sector 3, but not good enough for it's actually very close at the top there, isn't it, between Cam, Hades and Nadal. All very, very close, separated by under 300ths of a second. So that's quite tight indeed. There's Mercedes coming across the line, 1 of 2. It's Storm, he's on mediums, so he's not going to have any luck heading into provisional pole position, at least for the time being. Second to last corner then for Nicky. And comes across the line, it's a 35.4. As looks like my commentator has joined. We'll hopefully get him in soon. Is that for fastest laps? I think, or flying laps are this first sector stint. What I'm trying to say. So hopefully that will disappear eventually. Apologies, let me just sort this out. Alright. So everyone commits. So let's grab a car that's heading into the pits, shall we? Which is I think Hades going to be heading into the pits. Because it's deceptive, this one, because it's right there. It cuts out the entirety of the last 2 corners. So a little like Silverstone, a little bit like France in some ways, the old French pit lane as well. So it's kind of how it is. Quite quick entrance as well, so you have to be careful as you head in. I think Charlie's gone for another lap here, has he? No, he's just invalidated it. But he was heading on another lap. Synchronizer trying to negotiate his way around it. It's very difficult complex this track, that turn 6, 7, 8 complex. If your setup isn't quite hooked up, it's going to be a real pain, especially if you're on the older tyres as well. It's going to be a real pain to try and hook something up through there and keep the car in a relatively straight line. I was hoping that would do the trick. Alas, well, we are just... Well, these are going board Synchronizer, really. Because everyone else is into the pits, although, to be fair, I think Cam is just heading out. Now, maybe he can beat his own... the exit as well. The pit exit actually is deceptive as well, because it obviously feeds right into the runoff area, and if you're not careful... Oh, he's clipped the barrier. Now, will that have damaged his wing? It looks okay, at least visually. Synchronizer gets himself ready for a flying up. May as well go on board with this. And joining me tonight is my co-commentator Joe the Snoozer Corboy. Hello, Joe.
Yeah, Graham, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I fell asleep. I had dinner and I just fell asleep for 10 minutes and just after waking up basically.
See,
Sorry,
I
folks.
didn't even know that he was asleep, and yet I was absolutely spot on. So
Yeah, again, it won't happen again. I'm sorry.
better late than never, Joe. All you've missed here is we've got 11 drivers here, and Synchronizer's just spun hay at the last corner and has damaged his entirety of his front wing. So it's going well.
Yeah, why is there only 11 drivers?
Joe, I do not have the answers for you tonight, my friend.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know much about it.
Again, Graham, I'm very sorry, and to everyone out there, I'm very sorry. Just unfortunate.
It's alright, Joe. We're going to go on board with Cam as he heads down this Vietnamese main straight, heading into turn 1. Bit of a high curve there, as he takes a little bit of it, losing a bit of the back end, and a long right-hander then of turn number 2. Winded into turn 3, quickly then onto turn 4, then and into this first overtaking opportunity, first DRS zone. As he heads down towards turn 6. 2 tenths down on his time, 2.5 tenths down his time rather. Joe, you drove this track last night.
Yeah.
What are the main challenges of this track?
You
can take your time with this. We've got 9 minutes.
I don't know, Graham. Like, see, this long straight that he's on now drains the ERS, absolutely drains it in the race. I don't know, Graham. I just don't know. Sorry.
Are you a little groggy, Joe?
No, I'm just tired. Like, I'm just sick, kind of. I had a chipper and I'm just tired.
Yeah, you've had a food coma, basically.
Yeah.
Off of a chipper is pretty sad, though.
Yeah, I know. This sector now it's tough on a pad now. I find it tough on a pad.
I can imagine. How much does it remind you of USA's first sector?
This last sector.
Oh, he's gone into the wall and his wing's gone with him. And he will not improve. Yeah, the last sector before the last 2 corners.
I think that the last sector in here is easier than the first sector in USA, I think. Personally.
It's because the S's are a bit more spread at least at the latter parts, and the first bit is more kind of flat out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is, yeah. See, the corners aren't as bad as the first sector in USA, but it is bad, like, if you get me.
It's Conti coming across the line, goes 4th fastest at 34.6. I was also saying earlier, I also compared the last 2 corners a little bit similar to Kota as well, with the exception of the last corner being a bit more kind of blind and like similar. That the last 2 corners are quite similar in some ways. That there's not a lot of overtaking opportunity heading into those last 2 corners.
Not at all. But yeah, the last corner in Kota is, and this corner in Vietnam is not as bad as the one in Kota because you can't even see the line of the last corner, like this. The sun is all over, like. At least this one you can see, like.
That's interesting. You say that.
Yeah, I know. Even though I'm only awake, but sure, you know, I still remember.
You'd agree with most things I'd say, yeah?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
6.5 minutes to go. See, you can pick up anyone on a fine. There's a Renault on a fine lap. He's invalidated. It's Nadal, but he'll have another go. Good chance, Joe. Look, you and I have been around league racing long enough to see races where there's not a ton of drivers. If you're someone who maybe isn't as much on the pace, what do races like this, where there's not a lot of people and you're guaranteed points as long as you basically don't give a nice big dunf at some point during the race, what do these kind of races mean to kind of your overall season? These opportunities.
This really kick-starts the season, gets it underway again. Don't mind round one, Australia. If you have to score points, and as Charlie goes, Paul, won't. This kick-starts your season, Graham. Fair. This is, when you see numbers like this just gets you going, you know? This excites you. As long as you don't have a big dirty dump. But
Yes, a big
other
dirty
than that,
dump.
you're just
Good
looking
opportunity.
forward to the race.
Yeah.
And this track is terrible as well, so.
What? Jeez. Way to inject some enthusiasm into the race tonight.
I tell you, Graham, it is disgusting.
Joe, I have to look at something. Can you look at Synchronizer and talk over his lap as I do? Or find someone on a fine lap?
Graham, he's going drive down that big long straight here. I can't talk your way through a lap. Sorry, I'm not awake. Yeah. Oh, I need to talk there, Graham, because you're the best there in this business.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, Nadal's gonna go for another lap. If you observe his line heading to turn one, a little bit of curve, keeping. Yeah, see how it straightens out so quickly. That obviously then back end really wants to step away from you, and he's just fine. Yeah, he's fighting that the entire way, and that will not be how you negotiate the first sector.
That's another thing, Graham. Last night I wasn't able to. I was saying to Sway that I wasn't able to slow down for turn one at all. Kept going overshooting it. Found hard now.
Was that just more so the case on? Oh, again, Synchronizer has lost it coming out of the last corner. He does get a lap in though, but it's the slowest of the bunch so far. Is that did that have more to do with tyre wear now, Joe, than anything else?
No,
or
no, jeez, no.
Just in general.
Just in general, yeah. Starting the whole lap, couldn't slow down at all. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Find it difficult. But I don't know about anyone else.
Well, I'm told it's a dry race, so we don't have to deal with the Division 3 had to deal with last night. How would you fancy taking this race in the rain, Joe?
I did a few laps in TT, and let's just say I did about half the lap. I just closed the application. I didn't fancy it. Like, find it hard to drive it in the dry, let alone the wet. It's bad.
Nicky starting a flying lap.
It's bad in general.
It's not great in the wet. They had to switch. They went for the intercent to full wet then as well. So, not.
Yeah, I think.
I don't imagine that as your first exposure around. Like, oh, look, you do a bit of time trial. You do a bit of practice, and then you get into the race for the first time, basically, and it's a wet race.
Yeah, that just the face of disappointment then would be all over your face, like. After all, working hard for dry running, and you just see wet all over your, bit of moisture all over your screen, and just not like it at all.
Bit of moisture.
Yeah, moist.
Now, I wasn't going to say that now, because Joe, some people don't like the word moist.
Well, like, it's in the dictionary and in the Oxford dictionary, so, you know, moist.
Great. Well, it's a dry race, I can tell you that much. I can confirm that, so there will be no moist conditions, Joe. It'll just be dry.
That's no bother. Well, Nicky's went purple in the second sector.
He has, so... But they have, rather. I'm second guessing myself because...
They have, yeah. You don't know, Graham.
I know. After last week. Anyways, through the Mercedes comes, and it is a 3/10 improvement, but it's only good enough for 8. So maybe that first sector really was not the best. Cam's on a lap though, and this should be quick.
Yeah, you're very low on fuel already.
Fine, the margins are fine, Joe.
Sorry.
Very fine.
Yeah.
See if he can improve though. Is he 2/10 up? Oh, bit of a clout there with the barrier as he headed through. This first part of the S section, then the longer stuff where to lift off the throttle. again, and then second to last corner. Nice and tight, quite a high curve, so you can't really run over it really. And then a bit of a lift off, running out ERS then as well, but it is a significant improvement. It's a 6/10 improvement, and he leaps up to provisional pole position by a convincing 4/10. Yeah, almost to the 33s, Joe.
Almost in 33s, but he'll take that. He was unfortunate last week. He was driving around with wing damage, but things happen, you know. He finished fourth, wasn't it, or third?
In the standings,
on track.
Joe, yes, I think it was third on track.
And he dropped down. Hold on now, 2 seconds.
Well, Joe, checker flag is out, so you can look at that as you try and pick up. First to be aced bow. I'm trying to say that correctly. I might be wrong, but here he comes then, Alfa Romeo. Out of the last corner, and he's still in position 10.
Really starting.
Checker flag is out.
Not for me.
Yeah, you can look at the time. Q000. Here comes Charlie. Can he find himself back up on provisional pole position? No, it's a 34.3 though. An improvement, but not an improvement of enough to take pole position. How about Conti then? Can he get onto the second row? A great bit of a cloud there as he heads out of the last corner. No. 5/10 down, he stays in P5. Oh, Lord Holton going quickest through sector 1, I believe, or sector 2. Hades can't improve himself. His teammate, Pariah, has invalidated his lap. He won't be going any quicker this time around. So that does leave us into Lord Holton. See what his time is looking like. Had a good result last week. Started on the hards, of course, in Australia. Here we go then. Cross the line to 34.7. It is good enough only for 6th place, and Nadal then goes up to P2 at 34.1. So he does improve his position, and I think, unless somehow Oustbo crossed the line and it wasn't the checker flag somehow, and I was on board, I'm pretty certain it was. That, Joe, is going to be our lot for... How does that make sense? He crossed the line with 0 seconds left. I saw that for a fact, and I know that for a fact. But here he comes. See what he can do. Could be on for an improvement here, to be fair. And he is. He goes up to P...
10.
Did he improve? He did, I think. I think he was last.
Yeah, he must have, because he was... No, he was 11th, wasn't he?
Yes, I think you are. No, he wasn't. He was always 10th. Synchronizing didn't say good timing. So there we go then. A very short qualifying grid. Well, it is Cam ahead of Nadal, ahead of Charlie, Hades then in 4th, Conti 5th, Lord Hustle 6th, Pariah in 7th, Nikki in 8th, Storm 9th, Oustbo in 10th, Synchronizer in 11th, and Cam on YouTube saying he lost 2/10 in that last lap, so some time to find there perhaps for the Brit. If we have any Norwegians watching that could help with that pronunciation like you did last week, I'd really appreciate it. Oustbo, Eastbo. Please, I am all for getting names correct. Just like my partner here, isn't that right, Joe?
Ooh.
It is overcast.
Yeah, it's straight. Yeah, it's overcast. I mean.
So, but my sources, and by sources I mean Cam in the comments, said it's a dry race as well. So I'm interested in Charlie saying he had a bit of time to find as well. So maybe the pace of the front here is a little bit closer than qualifying would suggest.
Yeah, great, man. I want to ask you a question.
Yes, Joseph.
Haven't seen Division 2 last night, have you?
I was following it along, yeah.
Okay. What are your thoughts on no DNFs around this track?
How many did you have on the grid last night again? How many drivers?
18.
Yeah, really. Not even just to keep it together on the track, but like you'd expect a rage quit of some sort as well. So
there was no DNFs.
Yeah.
There were very few penalties.
Yeah, that was impressive.
And there was no safety car or VSEs.
Yeah, all of that was very impressive. Oh, that's annoying. That fastest lap thing is going to be stuck at the bottom there for the entire race. Sucks. Anyways, the strategy, Joe, is not very diverse at the moment. It is softs for everyone, of course. Top 10 time to start on softs, and then synchronizer outside the top 10, choosing to start on softs then as well.
Yeah, be so two stop.
So we saw a split strategy yesterday at the front. Scuba doing the one stop, I believe, and then the race winner doing two. Where do you fall on that?
You can go either. So you want to know what you can do, is it? Or
Well, what do you think is the best way to go about it? What's the quickest way to get from A to B here?
I don't know because you won't know really because you go really soft, medium, soft, soft, medium, medium. But what I started was medium, soft, soft
Medium, soft,
last night.
soft. Now you ended up in a wall at some stage, didn't you?
Yeah, I was like Kylie Minogue spinning around.
Uh-huh.
But
That would also affect
yeah,
your strategy.
yeah, they did. Yeah, absolutely
So
destroyed the
you'd
tires.
want no part of the hards then.
I don't know, Graham, because most lads went under the hards last night and it wasn't too bad. I don't know, like, see, this is my first time ever doing this track, like, ever, and it's everyone else's, but tire wear is very bad around here. Scuba, what time? Scuba pit lap 10 or 11 went on to hards, was it? Or mediums? I think it was the mediums or hards, and his tires were his left front, right front, and his left rear were like on 78% crossing the line.
Very much in puncture territory, but here we go then. That must have been the longest formation lap I've ever seen in my life. That took for absolutely ever. There's your predicted strategy on screen. Two stop, lap 8 then, maybe mediums, lap 20 maybe says softs. So showing the what's out there. But here we go then. Let's go on board with we'll go on board with Charlie to start here. Here we go, then 5 red lights. And away we go. Looks like a good start for Nadal. But Cam is going to hold this heading into turn 1. Time is going to be all over the place, we know that much. But heading into it then. Cam leading the way ahead of
Ooh,
Nadal.
wing
Charlie then,
damage.
bit of contact. Who's got wing damage there, Joe?
2 seconds.
As Nadal has still in second, and Charlie then takes back that P3 from the Williams. I believe that's Hades. They all seem to have got through, with the exception of I think it's I'm actually not sure. Lord Holton then and Storm going side by side. Oh, but backs out of it this time though, as they file into the roundabout section for the first time today. A second already Cam's got in front, has he? Timing screens have been a little bit off as well at this stage, but he looks like he's got a fairly decent advantage already. So if you can break DRS, that'd be a huge step, as Pariah into the slipstream of Conti already to head down towards turn 11. He's playing the long game, not indulging into that overtake button, which I think you were alluding to earlier, Joe. We can talk about that soon. But choosing to save some of his ERS is Pariah. I think that's the wise thing to do, at least in this early phase of the race.
Oh yeah, 100%. But like, even go back to last night, like I was that stupid enough to use me overtake button and absolutely trying to get.
Ooh, a hop across the curb there for Conti. You're watching that as well. And Pariah was lucky not to get involved in some sort of accident there, but they carry on. It's the battle for P5. You were saying, Joe?
Yeah, I was stupid enough on lap 1 to drain all my ERS and overtake, and I was trying to claw it all back later on in the race, and I found it hard, to be honest. Yeah, I believe Cam is nearly a second and a half clear. It's 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Sorry, Graham.
Pariah going
Is it
down
3
the
seconds?
inside of. It's all over the place at the moment, Joe. Pariah going through. He's ghosted, it looks like, as well. But he's through on Conti. Time screens are absolutely all over the place. Everyone's ghosting, it seems. So that's good fun, isn't it? Storm then getting by Conti as well then. Not for the lead of the race, but for P6. And I think we found our culprit, Joe, for wing damage. It is Conti. He's been pretty much of a duck as Lord Holton then trying to find a way through as well, and not quite yet, but he will very soon. He's got a car behind him, which is Nicky. If we could see the ERS deployment, please. Thought the strategy would be great. See the ERS very low already on that Mercedes, but there goes through Lord Holton, and even without ERS, just slipstream, just taking Nicky through on Conti then as well. Maybe Conti decided to back off and let them go. I think actually Nicky's got wing damage as well on the right hand side.
Yeah, the right side,
plate.
yeah, two of them, Conti and Nicky, right side damage.
Synchronizer slips through there as well, and not sure if Aced Bow, he's got a full wing, but at the front then, Cam 2.2 seconds ahead of Nadal as he heads into the second to last corner. Then 28 laps to go around, heading on to lap 3, so DRS will be enabled. This is probably your best bet then, if you've been sitting patiently behind another car and not wanting to dip into your ERS reserves, then this is the time to come alive.
Yeah, as Conti's into the pits, I think he's changed the wing and a set of mediums or softs. Can't see yet. Oh, brilliant Red Bull pit crew now. What will they do? It's a set of mediums. And a nose change. And Perea there with he's dropped off a massive bit. 4.3 seconds behind Hades, his teammate.
Yeah, I think he was caught behind some of these guys with wing damage, so might explain that. Top 4 very much in the class of their own, as is Can, to be fair, this stage of the race, 2.8 seconds ahead of Nadal, and then another 1.3 back to Charlie. Do you think Conti could go to the end on those tyres? Probably not.
No, fear of it.
No.
Sorry.
Just wanted to ask the question. Maybe Synchronizer might be able to do it, but
yeah, maybe Sync, but I don't know about the other guys.
DRS
Sync is lining up a move there.
Oh, Hades as well was lining up a move as well. I missed it. Storm is getting close to Pariah, and as you say, Synchronizer getting through on Nicky. Goes deep into the corner though, and that will allow the Mercedes to come back and retake that position. This is a tough place to be for Synchronizer, especially if following car on wing damage through this section. Can't be pretty, and won't be pretty in terms of time lost either.
No, fear of it. But yeah, he's right. Ooh,
that was close, wasn't it? That was very close.
I thought he was a goner.
Yeah, I thought that was a cloud coming at that barrier as well, but lives to fight another day, but risky as you limp on the stint and the softs rack up on the wear, and this turning becomes more and more difficult at high speeds, and you've got wing damage to factor in. Might just be a sign of what's to come.
I think he should pit and get the pit stop out of the way and put on a set of hards and just see what happens.
You'd go to the
end. Because he's losing serious time. He even tried to turn that car. He's struggling massively.
Hades has got DRS then on Charlie. Nothing doing heading down to the first DRS zone, and then this time Synchronizer does get by in that, but he's used all of his ERS basically, but maybe with the air dynamics. Oh, and Hades has lost the back end, he's into the barrier. Coming out of turn number 9, I believe, heading onto this long back straight. He's lost part of the front wing. He is lucky not to lose
Nicky's
more than
in the wall as well.
Yeah, where is that coming out of? That's coming out of turn 9 as well. Can't quite get
neutral.
Yeah, can't get the reverse gear. Storm then on back of the Pariah. Oh, close, but elects not to make the move. This time donning very beautiful Michael Schumacher Benetton helmet. If in doubt, a very nice helmet to rock. If you're ever in doubt about helmets, Joe.
Oh, and Hades is out of the safety car.
So he lost the wing early in the lap, and it's the other side of the car he's come into contact with. The left-hand side of the barrier coming out of turn 14, I believe. Safety car is for that. Would be fantastic news for everyone who has got wing damage. Be good news for the guys at the front end. Everyone should be pitching basically at this point, and they looks like everyone is.
Oh, and Nicky gets a drive-through penalty.
So speeding out of the safety car. Oh, Astbo is going to carry on. I think the only person not to come into the pits, of course Conti won't come into the pits either, unless he's got wing damage. Nicky then should be coming into the pits. It's also mediums all round. Yeah, Nicky comes in as well. So mediums all round then for Cam, Nadal, Charlie, Pariah, Storm, Lord Holton. Fresh softs for Synchronizer. That is nailing his colours to the mast. Sorry, hards, they've just changed. So that is him on the hard. So he's going to the end of the race then. Could be a
Yeah,
power.
and
Could be a power
oh
play
no, he's
there.
not going. I don't think he's going, Graham. He'll have to pay.
You think the hards?
Oh no, I don't know.
Bear in mind that by the time you go racing again, it'll be lap 8. By the time you go racing once again. So 20 laps
Yeah,
on a set of hards. Lap 8 is basically
um,
your pit window to begin with on a set of
yeah.
mediums.
I don't know.
So I
Should
think,
find out.
yeah, I think he's going to the end. And if he is going to the end, I think he's in with a very good shout of winning this race. But he is in 8th place and has a lot of, well, has to try not to get tripped up in anyone else's incidents. This is great news for Conti. Ooh, he's actually lost it. Oh, Conti's lost the back end under the safety car. Oh no.
He
At
still
low
has his
speeds.
wing.
Yeah, he didn't make contact with the wall, so just one for it's just an embarrassing moment that people can slag him for later for spinning on
Wow.
the safety car. That's what. Look, Joe, you're a driver. I'm a driver. That's what drivers do. That's what friends of drivers do. They.
Yeah, Graham, you just can't slay him like that.
Oh,
Like that's
Lord
just
Holton sit
something.
onto the back of Storm heading into turn 11. I was on board from Storm as he got the punt from the rear, as everyone was very slow around that corner, and he's got to make a pit stop then as well. Ooh.
So I'll kick it off here and let under the safety car.
Now, Joe, it's not for me to slag him. It's for the other people
Yeah, I
who
understand.
know him.
Yeah, I know, Graham. You know,
That's their job.
I know, Graham. I know.
I can't help it. I was in the right place at the wrong time to capture that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
So he's not the first
So
one
yeah,
to spin under safety car. Valtteri Bottas did it as well. It's just as stupid
Uspo
then.
is in.
So he pits then.
Out.
It's, but to be fair, like he's not going to lose a ton because.
Oh,
Oh
he
no!
disqualified.
What?
What?
Oh no! Ignoring yellow flags.
Sure, he's pitting. What are you on about, game?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh
He's
dear.
not. He can't be this. You know, I guarantee he's not.
Yeah, I reckon it's that glitch like it was like last year.
Four
Yeah.
masters. Come on now, fix the
Uh-huh.
game. Like, come on, get the patch out.
So they both go on to. It's been a while since we had a patch. They're both going on to hards then. So
Yeah, they're not going.
I wonder if that
not.
might be a blessing in disguise for Lord Holton. Now I did see Charlie pick up a penalty as well. I just want to check that because yeah, so Pariah's got a penalty
Fine.
and Charlie's got a penalty for a fight for a collision with each other. So Lord Holton doesn't have a penalty for his part in that.
Ooh.
So yeah, interesting. So look, thankfully this does fit the strategy of this because now we're going to have legitimate 2 versus 1. We'll see how this all unfolds.
It's gonna be tasty, alright, Graham. I'm looking forward to it. 22 laps of this kip, but anyways.
Lap 6, still behind the safety car. Nothing too much to say really. This really does neutralise the race in many ways. Like legit, like actually neutralise it. Like everyone came into the pits basically. Like basically everyone on that safety car.
Everyone did, Graham. Ooh, what's going on here?
Sink and Conti and the safety cars in this lap. Ooh, nice and early this one actually.
Boys on the hards must should have. Hopefully they've warmed up them hards. You don't have to go spinning away there.
We've seen it a few times already.
Oh, what?
A severe collision with Conti. Oh, and again another collision with Conti. That's
Oh, there's wing damage here, flying here.
Yep,
Oh my
and
god.
both sides.
Conti has damage.
Does Conti have damage as well?
Conti has damage because he hit the back
Oh, he
of synchronizer.
does. Wow, it's all kicking off. As you get under this safety car restart, safety car's into the pits, and then Cam just warming up the tires as best he can. Here we go then, heading into the second to last corner. See if he's gone actually too soon rather, but in he comes. And yeah, that's Conti and Nicky into the pits, and we are racing once again. You can see Charlie trying to get some temperature as he goes down, start finish straight. And Storm just behind Pariah then. That's disappointing for Nicky and Conti. That was a double collision, I believe, for Nicky on that safety car. Like both sides of that wing were damaged. But,
Except for one.
Oh,
And Uspo is in the wall.
sure
One.
is. As you were saying, Joe, on the hards.
Yeah, he's
See
stuck
if,
on overtake here. It's not really helping either.
Sink and Lord Holton then are our two main contenders on these hards. And it should be interesting. Interesting to see how this unfolds when they hear Storm in the back of Pariah. Of course, no DRS then for these first few laps. After the safety car restart. It's using DRS. Now he's sorry, not DRS, the ERS rather. Oh, had to back off there. The overspeed is going to take him through. He had to get back onto overtake because he had to back off there, and oh, very close to contact. More contact.
More.
Bit of a squeeze, or a bit, well, not a squeeze, but definitely contact again, and the exit, and then Storm is through. And now it's Storm into P4 then, already 2.3 seconds behind Charlie, and Nadal is 2 seconds behind Cam. So Cam looks like he's very much the class of the field. I'd love to see if Charlie could get by Nadal, and then maybe we might see a bit of a charge. But at the moment, Joe, I think Cam is looking very tasty indeed.
Yeah, Cam's in a race of his own at the moment. He's nearly 2.3 seconds clear. Go back to that incident where, who was it into the hairpin, the second hairpin, Graham?
The second hairpin, Storm and Pariah.
And Pariah trying to overtake down that main straight, Graham, or down that straight before that hairpin. It's scary shit, or excuse me, scary stuff. It's scary because the walls just close in, like, and you're just
ideally you want to get done before
like to yourself,
the corner.
Do I do it? Do I do it? Like, it's just scary.
You want to do it before the corner rather than into the corner.
Yeah, like,
if that makes sense.
Before. Yeah, like, you know, like.
So clear. So like, yeah, like, you clear the car, get back onto the racing line, and then.
Where Nadal is now.
Try and tuck in. That. This is Charlie reading him in, without DRS, of course, for one more lap. Use a bit of ERS, and then using that overspeed and slipstream then to just make up the rest of the difference. Not enough to overtake this lap, but heading into the next lap, you'd imagine that would be. That should suffice.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
I do, Joe.
Thanks.
To negotiate the S section, Charlie needs to get this. I mean, obviously very difficult through here, but needs to get this on as soon as possible because Cam is running away up the road, and very important as well for all of these guys. Oh, I heard. There's definitely some lag going on from the Nadal's car. I heard a big bit of contact. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, and there the wing. Oh, the two wings.
Yeah, both sides. Last corner. Yeah, as the wing goes flying down that main straight, and shining down the inside then of Nadal, who shouldn't really fight this too much.
Struggling this sec.
Oh, with a back end slippage there for Charlie. Oh, this is risky stuff. This is very. Oh,
whoa!
He is out of the race. VSC is out. That seemed inevitable because I could, even before he hit the last wall at the last corner, I could hear a bit of contact, even though there was none on the screen. There was definitely a lot of lag coming from that car.
Oh, he was lagging all over the place.
Acepo, I think, had another moment heading out of turn 4. Turn 4. So VSC is out. That's unfortunate for Nadal because he was in a good spot, but yeah, I do sympathise in the sense because Charlie, I need to look at it again, but you know, did he need to make the move there? Was the room there? How much do you approximate for the lag as well?
Like, you just don't know.
You don't know. You really don't know. It's easy for us to say from this view, less so from someone else's view. So the VSC is still out. What that has done, Joe, is increased. I don't think Charlie's got any wing damage, but it has increased the gap from Cam to Charlie to 6 seconds. It was actually more than that. There we go then. We are racing once again. And Storm then the back of Charlie then pick up the speed quite quickly.
It's nearly it's TTG double podium at the moment.
Yeah. As a fellow TTG member, John, must make you feel very, very proud of the boys.
It's very happy. I'm very happy for them.
Well, a long way to go, Joe, as you know. Lap 10 of 28. I'm kind of wondering out of curiosity what the story is with Division 5, but we'll try and focus on the division that we have. No point lamenting over the fact. Yeah, have a look, but don't say anything because there's no point. DRS then for Storm on the back of Charlie. And then heading down towards turn number 6. Am I getting that correct? It is turn number 6. Yes, I'm learning, but Charlie's struggling a bit through there. This part of the track is probably the most difficult, I think. That part there, just the car just wants to. It's like a mixture of France almost. You want to try and get on the power, but then you
You're
just
afraid
can't.
you'd lose the back end.
Yeah, it's really inviting, but you just can't do it. DRS then for Storm, and I mean when I say France, as a secret gets by Pariah, when I say France, it's that right-hander before you head onto the Mistral straight. So that's the one I'm referring to. But no way through for Storm on this occasion.
What would you like to know, Graham? Do you want to know who's leading the race at the moment?
I'll look at it myself here. Wow, that is action-packed looking. So, but hopefully we'll get some action here as well.
Yeah, the only battle at the moment really is Storm.
No, to be fair, there's a few battles going on track. There's a few
Yeah,
people
but like
in
the
DRS.
gaps are after kind of dropping off there a bit, like, you know.
These will kind of come back as well once the strategy unfolds later on in the race. Obviously, Synchronizer and Lord Holton are on hards. You know, they're obviously we imagine they're going to go to the end of the race. Ooh, a Pariah taking the trip across the curb there onto turn 1. Lord Holton right behind him. So on medium, split by these two runners of the hards. At least for the time being. How long, Joe, would you take a set of mediums around this track?
About the pit window says lap. If you're starting on them now.
That's okay.
At the start of the game, they're saying lap 10, and then do the 2-stop. But I was listening last night. Dan Morris, he did it like lap 16, 17.
Just a second, Joe, as Charlie is going to defend here against Storm. Oh, a bit of contact.
And Pariah is going after passing Synchronizer.
Storm got very close there. Charlie moved over and defended that position. And Pariah, as you say, getting back in front of Synchronizer. So those mediums, as you talk about the lifespan of them, they've still got some life left in them.
Yeah, they do, yeah. So about lap 18, so 18 laps they could go. Really. Yeah, they paid well. They paid
understage car lap 4 or 5, I believe.
Yeah, so I think they could go 10, but the tyre wear is just terrible.
To be fair, like we're starting lap 12 now. Including this lap, there are 17 laps left. So, you know.
Yeah, I think they could do it.
I reckon soft. I reckon we're going to see them shift onto softs. Would be my guess.
Then, yeah.
And obviously, Synchronizer and Lord Holton here on the back of Pariah are going to go to the end of the race.
Yeah, I think Cam's in the race of his own. I think.
Really is.
Just looking from the timing. So he could go on softs really if he wants to, because he'll catch up the boys. Not now, obviously, but later on. As Synchronizer gets past Pariah.
The first DRS zone, I actually missed that. Puts him in a difficult spot though, because I think the detection zone is, I believe, here. Right around here, isn't it? There's a white line coming somewhere. Well, there's a DRS line coming anyways. And nothing for Synchronizer to defend this, so this will be a very easy move for Pariah. Maybe Lord Holton.
No ERS either, Graham.
He's going to follow. Oh, G-Mac put his car in between. That could have been very dangerous. And he heads into the break as always. Holton goes a bit deep. Synchronizer on the inside. Surely he's not going to take all these positions back, is he? No. Loses out there on the curb. And Lord Holton then is the big winner of that. I thought he might be risking his car, putting himself in between like that, especially heading down towards the braking zone, but it paid off for him. And now Lord Holton into P4, and could that be the effective race lead? To be fair, the problem is they spent so much time back here that if you look at the leader gap, it's 17 seconds already to Cam. You'd imagine he's going to make that back on softs, but we'll see.
Yeah, you don't know the way. You don't know yet. Like, if they keep squabbling, like, it's just gonna prevent them catching up, really. But there could be another safety car, so you don't know.
Storm. I think that's the first legitimate corner cutting penalty of the day. Storm. Oh, it's
and sector
3. It's Conti, I believe, facing the wrong way, and I think he has got wing damage. You see the remnants of that Red Bull wing.
Yeah, left side completely gone off. Completely, like, absolutely ripped off.
Oh, Storm's round. Storm is round, heading out of turn 9.
Oh.
He's about 6/10 back of Charlie. And he's lost coming out of turn 9. His wing is damaged. The right hand side is damaged. He could not avoid that damage. How many times did I say damage in that sentence? Not enough. He's got damage. He's going to have to come into the pits to fix that damage, as Pariah then comes steaming through down the inside. Not steaming through, Alec, because it was not an aggressive move, but he comes storming through, if you want to use puns.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got game. And he takes back that P4. So these mediums still got something left in them just yet.
Yeah, Storm is absolutely struggling with that damage. He is tiptoeing around. Get into the pits. On the hards. Get going. Lord Holton is all over Pariah, and closely followed by Synchronizer as well. So this will bring the boys into 3, 4 and 5. But 1, 2, 3 have to still pit. Maybe, I think, Holton and Synchronizer as well. We don't know yet. As Cam picks up a 3-second penalty. Sorry to butt in, Graham. Yeah, I'm taking off right now.
Go for it, dude.
No, I can't, sorry.
Give me a great time to respond to a text as Lord Holton then
As Lord Holton goes down the inside, coming into the first. Oh, he cut his corner.
Ooh, side by side, this is being synchronized back into
and
the
Synchronizer's looking at this as well.
into the fray. Of course, no DRS for Pariah heading down this main straight then. As Nicky and Conti fighting for P8, some solid points to be had there.
Oh, it's going to be tasty down this straight.
Yeah, let's see how Synchronizer deals with this as well. Not got a lot of ERS, but he's got DRS as well.
Oh, he's going to follow Holton. Right behind Holton. He's going to go around the outside. Will he? Oh, there's not much room in that hairpin. He's getting
he's got a big
off.
love tap from behind for sure.
For damage.
No, I didn't think so.
No damage.
Willy
So they
Bolly.
just want to file in this sector, like no overtaking. Try and get as close as they can up to Charlie. Close the gap. No fighting like.
I mean, 13 seconds.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Safety car is what you really need.
Oh, as Pariah is in the pits.
Ooh, interesting. First on the mediums then to make a stop. Scheduled stop that is. On the slew pit lane entry. I assume we'll see another set of mediums at this rate. Unless he's got wing damage. Synchronizer close to Lord Holton as well. I can't see that far down the pit lane.
Yeah,
I think there's a wing waiting.
There is a wing, and there is
a 5-second penalty, of course, to be certain.
A 5-second penalty as well.
And
it's a set of mediums.
It is. So that's going to put him right out of contention. That's unfortunate. However, we do have a legitimate battle that could last the rest of the race, as Synchronizer, and Lord Holton on the same compound tyres, having pitted for the hards. Ooh, tempting. Ooh, I'd be careful. Yeah, contact indeed. See, do you know what? That's a very nice move.
Yeah, it's a good move. Yeah, I thought Holton's going to hit into the backbone.
The problem is that obviously that gives Holton DRS, and yeah, I know Synchronizer using a bit of overtake, but I don't think that will be enough to save him with it. Oh, it actually has been this time. That hairpin does come a lot quicker than you would expect. It is quite blind in some ways as well, as you come across that wall. So Synchronizer's done well to hold on to this, see if he can extend some sort of gap to protect himself on the next run down that main straight, or that back straight rather. As Cam is absolutely... he is so much faster. I know these guys have been squabbling, Synchronizer, Lord Holton and Pariah. He is so much faster than these guys on their hards. The gap now is 27 seconds. As Lord Holton pits.
Oh.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed.
Yeah. Jeez.
Now, I don't think he's got damage.
No, he doesn't. He's going to bolt on a set of mediums, Graham.
Medium tyres. I'm surprised he didn't go on for longer and maybe spawn instead of the softs. So he's going to lose track position then here to Cam. Or, oh, sorry, not Cam, Storm rather. And he should come out just in front of Pariah. Wow, that's actually worked out. Wow, is he undercut that powerful around here? Even with a wing change of 5 seconds, Pariah is only just less than 3 seconds behind. Or just over. What's the gap? I can't tell.
6.
That shot up very quickly. Okay, never mind. I take it back. It would look like it's going to be like 2 or 3. And then,
Yeah, it's only 5.5 really.
yeah, like an extra 12 seconds was added onto that pit stop of Pariah's for the wing change and the penalty. Even still,
Yeah.
with that 5.7 gap, he's made up a lot of time.
As Cam is in the pits, Graham.
The race
Cam
leader,
is in the pits.
I suspect we'll see now the medium tyres, as Paul the rest calls it.
Yeah, medium.
Sorry.
I keep.
Ah, here.
I don't like him. Sorry.
Oh, I like him, to be fair.
I
just
Cam's on.
Never said mediums as you might.
Mediums, sorry.
Mediums as you might expect.
Yeah, that's what.
I feel bad for taking.
Sorry, yeah. Cut that out. Cut that out.
You were going to say something.
I don't know what I was going to say at all. Yeah, you don't need. Yeah. Not on synchronizer is he'll be in second place, I think.
Based on what we saw last week, he'll limp this one out on those tyres.
Never mind, Graham. Never mind. He has a 5 second. Still has to. For that contact, remember during the safety car.
There was a few bits of contact under the safety car.
I don't know who with though. I think it was a stupid one.
To be fair, any contact under the safety car is a stupid one.
Yeah, it's not really much going on, Graham. Lord Holton.
Not a ton.
Catching Storm slowly.
I want to see the pace here from Lord Hall. I want to see what a lap behind. Well, I want to see when he completes a lap. I want to see the times comparatively between himself and Synchronizer. We've got 11 a bit laps, including the one we're on remaining. So plenty of time to work those medium tires. Those medium tires. I always said medium again.
Medium.
So
who are you comparing? Synchronizer and Lord Holton?
I want to see what the pace difference, like when he comes across the line on the tires. I want to compare the. I'll do it myself. Like I want to compare the time on those fresh mediums compared to those hards.
Fair enough.
Because I want to see if you can actually legitimately reel them in. It looks like it's about a 16-second gap between Synchronizer and Lord Holton. So Synchronizer comes across the lines at 41.9. That is his time on those hards. Now, to be fair, Lord Holton will eventually be helped out by having extra straight line speed. That's a get off the throttle right a lot there. 39.8. A considerable amount of time. And he's got the rest of these guys in front pulling him along as well.
Yeah, but he's going to be in battle.
Yeah.
In war.
In combat.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to. Yeah, like he can't. Having DRS right now is nice to pull him along. He can't rely on that forever though, because he'll have to get by.
Yeah, Sector 3 is going to be a nightmare though. Stuck behind 2 cars. 30 hour.
Well, he might not be behind 2 cars. See what happens. Head out of the roundabout. Last lap of the race, which he's inside the top 10, so that's all good. So obviously Storm will be the first one to have a go at oust.
Oh, here comes Lord Holton, boy.
Here he comes indeed. I have no what's happening down this back. I'm a little surprised by that. Let's see what his exit is like. So Charlie then is in. I wonder if he might go softs. May as well do something different at this stage, right?
And he is, yes, Graham, correct.
But his service.
He has a 5-second penalty, though.
Oh, with a snap of the back end there for Storm. Almost letting Lord Holton through. This will be what Synchronizer has to hope for, is that this continues, because gap now is still about, it's about the same as it was last lap. So, Lord Holton needs to get by these as quickly as possible. He's not helped by the fact that Storm's got DRS on the car in front of him. That is the bit that does not help.
And this Goblin's helping Pariah come back as well. Slowly.
5 seconds, yeah, getting there.
Yeah, it's going to be easy move. Synchronizer just... This is not your battle. You just let Charlie go. Charlie has absolutely caught you in a heartbeat. So,
Sensor.
just let him go. It's not the battle.
And
Yes,
very much so.
Get through.
As you say, no point fighting. A battle that is definitely not yours to fight. But the best thing you can do now is to try and keep within DRS, but
That's not going to happen.
that is
Sorry.
not going to happen. You could try though. Always try.
Yeah, you could, yeah. Obviously. God loves a traitor.
Yoda doesn't like a trier though.
Yeah,
Lord
and
Holton
Lord
comes
Holton is
through.
on the way.
Wow, the overspeed! What on earth happened there?
There's a wing damage.
What? Aspo went so slowly. I didn't even know what happened there. Then the Storm hit the back of it? No. Did he hit the back of him? Storm has wing damage for sure.
I don't know, Graham. I just seen
I just saw
there.
Lord Holden look like he's going 1,000,000 miles an hour down that back straight, because Astbo got on the brakes as early as I've ever seen down there.
As the storm is in.
Do you know the way John was saying that maybe Synchronizer could keep within, maybe try, he could hope he could keep within DRS of Charlie.
Yeah, Graham, yeah. Yeah, I've seen the time
that didn't
there.
work out so good. He's 3 points. You see, 4 seconds behind already, and it's not even a full lap hasn't even passed since you overtook him. So
Yeah, so.
but importantly, after all that shenanigans last lap, it means Lord Holton is in clear air, and over these next 9 laps, including the one we're on, he's got to make up 12 seconds.
I think it's possible.
I mean, if he's on softs, I'd say no. I'd say yes, it's possible. He's not on softs though.
Battered, hard. Maybe not battered, excuse me.
You are excused. So, anyways, yeah, see, won't so much make the time up through here, but more so through Sector 3, turns 1 to 4, and then I have the roundabout section then as well. So let's see where you can make this. Let's see how much time he makes up in this section of the track. Let's see, actually, I'm going to go more Synchronizer here. I want to see his lap. I want to see the lines he's taken. I imagine those hards, I'm afraid they're not going to get any better.
Oh, the front left looks disgusting.
Oh, Understeer City. Oh, it does look very not nice. 41.3 though. It's quicker some of the times he's posted so far. Oh, a lot of understeer there for Lord Holton. He's missed that second last corner entirely. 40 flat. So that is not enough time to be taking out to make a move. Storm is less than impressed, I believe, after driving in front of Astbo, who I think may have lifted off and broke way before the corner, but I'm just guessing.
Yeah, we don't know the ins and outs. As Pariah is all over Ospo now. The only battle on track.
For now, at least. Charlie's pace is quick, but unfortunately he's not catching 16 seconds worth. Maybe if that was synchronized in first, that was a 16-second gap between now and the end of the race, that'd be fascinating. But it is not. Gosh, you really do have to crawl around that corner, don't you? You really do. But basically a full wallop of ERS then, Pariah has at the expense. And DRS, may as well use as much DRS as you can really, because this might be the last fight you're involved with. That was very, very close.
Ghosted, like.
The speed.
Overspeed. Wow!
Hyperspeed, warp speed.
Fella's locking up, so there's.
There's a few heavy braking points on this track, to be fair. Just want to keep an eye on Synchronizer here. What's his lap this time? To be fair, he's showing good consistency on those tyres. 41 flat. for Sync that lap. It's better than his last lap. He's hard. It's maybe even getting better as the race goes on. This time for Lord Holton, 39.9. Wow. So that's your gap. 10.1 seconds. It's not coming down in a hurry. So I think Synchronizer is looking at a nice podium here as long as he can keep the car pointing in the right direction and with all four wheels still located on where they should be.
Yeah. What do you think of this race? What do you think of this track, Graham? Your opinion.
This track, I think if you get into a rhythm of it, I think it could be very fun. Because, look, Singapore is one of my favourite circuits. Like, I love the challenge of it. I love the demands of it. It's a track I've gone well at. I like it for a very specific reason. I like Monaco for the same reason as well. It's the challenge of it. It's the ability to keep it out of the wall. It's, you just have to be on it the whole time. This track is a blend of some of that. There's parts where you have to be on it. Your mistakes are costly still, like any street circuit.
Yep.
But there's a lot more liberties for overtaking than Singapore and Monaco. So, that said, there are parts of this track that seem significantly less enjoyable than Singapore and Monaco. I'm more talking about the roundabout section of turns 6 to 9. Especially if you're in the back of someone. It feels like a part of the track that can be very difficult. So those are my thoughts on the track. There's elements that I think are good, but I'm really not sure how I'd feel about it until I've actually
Did it like yourself?
gone around it myself. Now, unrelated to this, I'm doing Zandvoort next week in another league, and I'm not looking forward to that. I'd look forward to this track a lot more than maybe Zandvoort.
I'd rather Zandvoort than over this.
Well, to be fair, like it's easy for me to say that because I haven't raced this in a league race, for example. So,
okay, correct.
So it's easy for me to talk about this track a bit more kindly from that point of view, because I haven't really raced this. But again, this is someone who likes Singapore and Monaco, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. Those tracks are certainly not for everyone, and I imagine this is a similar story as well.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, everyone, we know Graham's weird, but we like him.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
No bother, anyways, Graham. Just keep the head up,
Thanks. I'm trying, man. I'm trying because there's not a lot going on in this race. The gap between Lord Holt and Synchronizer is down to 8 seconds. So we might get close, but yeah. Not close enough. The gap at the front is just under 14 seconds. Should be plain sailing for Cam. Joe, your opinion of this track is not very high.
No, it's not. No. Yeah, I just seen that Man City scored. It's 1-1 between Man City and Real Madrid in the Champions League, Graham.
Oh, I forgot about that. See, I was so focused on this. I was so focused on this race, Joe, that I forgot the Champions League action on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but there's not really much going on. Like, cars just drive around there, like, for a crack.
That's the same as every single race since the beginning of time.
Yeah, but like it's spread out.
It is very spread out.
It's spread we
might get Storm on the back of Astbo soon, maybe.
We could, yeah, but for now, it's just driving. Sorry, I was reading something there as well.
Of 28. It has been. It's been an adventure, Joe.
It's been an adventure. Yeah, I'm sorry about earlier on. I'm very sorry about that as well.
It's alright, Joe. I mean, I did text you after 7 o'clock and you responded, so I'm not sure what happened between then and 8 o'clock, but...
I just passed out. Sorry. I had an alarm set for... I had a stopwatch on. Or, no, a timer. 10 minutes. I turned it off.
That was foolish of you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was just looking at the tables from last night. second last.
You are.
Yep.
That's what happens, Joe, when you give a nice dunf in the first 2 races.
Yeah, but I think I should be like just move me down to Division 5.
Down to
Not
Division
great.
5.
I'm not good.
What was your qualifying time here last night?
34-3.
Right.
One
30,
run.
One run, 34-3, right? I am going to go to the Division 5 stream. I'm going to look at the qualifying time, that was pole position,
Okay.
and you tell me, what do you think it is for a start?
A low 34.
A low 34. Joe, I can tell
Mid
you...
to low 34.
Okay, right, I can tell you that pole was 34-1. However, second place was a 34-6. Third place 35-3.
Right, well, maybe
So,
not Division 5.
maybe not Division 5.
Maybe Division 4,
Maybe Division 3,
maybe.
perhaps. If that's how you really feel.
Maybe, yeah. We'll see next week.
We shall.
Yeah, I know I'm becoming the Dan Morris figure from last season, so
You have to
also
explain,
known as-
Joe, what that means.
also known as the depressed Daniel Morris, but we won't go back into that. But
For context, is due at race results. You can't just say that and give no context. It makes no sense to anyone.
I don't like giving context. Okay.
You have to, because, Joe, the game has changed.
I don't care, right? Sorry.
Jeez. Look, Joe, it's not 26, okay? We're close. Alright? We've got Storm in the back of Aspo. Right? We're gonna get some overtaking done.
Yeah, it's closing. So it thinks that tires are ready to pop.
Yeah, it's actually getting interesting up there. 5.3 seconds with 3 laps to go. That is a little more interesting. As, oh, careful, Storm down the inside here. Space is left, to be fair. And Storm up into P6. I mean, look at it. Like, Storm's had 3 stops. Lord Holton's had 3 stops. They're going to finish 4th and 6th, respectively. This is the kind of race it's been when 11 drivers show up. You can have all that stuff happen, and you're going to gain a lot of points.
That's the J's of having
Gotta be there.
11 drivers.
Yeah, well, you gotta be there. You gotta be in it to win it, Joe. And these,
that's it.
Everyone here tonight was in it, and they're gonna get a lot of points. Gonna get a lot of points for it, and that's through no fault of their own. But for those who didn't show up, you can only race who's in front of you and beside you.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
And in the case of Cam, well behind you.
Well.
Yeah. I mean, well, really. Can you...
Well,
Synchronizer come across the line, what's his lap time? What do you mean? Like, everyone's behind him. 40.8 for Synchronizer. Like, Cam's had to race no one tonight.
40.8 and 39.9.
Yeah, 9/10 a lap isn't quite going to get it done. He's going to have to hope hard for a puncture at this rate. Which, good luck.
Don't, Graham, no. Don't be the commentator's curse now.
I saw a little bit of that in Division 2, I think, last night.
Yeah, it's maybe Paco, maybe, yeah. Paco's, I think.
I'm looking at the Division 5 stream. There's rain at the moment. It's come up late on.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine this track on worn tyres going from dry to wet at the end of the race?
Oh, no.
It's not the nicest thing in the world, is it?
No, moisture on slicks.
Some people there's some on soft, some on hard, some on mediums here. It looks very spread out. It looks very interesting. I always hope there's no one watching this live right now, because and like at the expense of not watching Division 5. I'm just going to come out and say it.
Yeah, it's quite spread out, like, you know. But hey ho, we're on the final lap.
Oh, we are. You're right. Here we go then.
So Charlie is 11 seconds, but really he's only 8.
Well, we're going to see Cam as he negotiates for the final time this roundabout section. Oh, it just looks not nice to drive that section.
On pad.
Yeah, that doesn't help either. Comes down. Some days any ERS he has really. Running low on fuel as you'd expect at this phase of the race. And he's been very much the class of the field today, Joe. There's no if, buts, and maybes about it.
No, even in qualifying, it was 3 tenths, was it? No, it wasn't 3 tenths, 2 tenths or something. Cleared the rest and hadn't really any faults. No errors really.
No, very straightforward.
Very straightforward.
And a very
He's in the
mature
third sector.
drive.
Coming near the S's here now. See him here on the mini map. Coming to the final corner. Second last corner. Sorry. Final corner. As Cam wins Vietnam, Hanoi.
Yes, he wins it. It is his now. The city is his, and not the Grand Prix. Here comes Charlie. A solid P2 for him. So good stuff from him. Synchronizer. Well, this gap is shrinking to be fair, but I would say that's a job well done for Synchronizer as he comes into the latter part of the track, a long way behind. In the end, 7.5 seconds, Joe, was the gap between Cam and Charlie.
Yeah.
There goes Sync. Oh, that actually would have been very interesting. Oh, he's off uncertified penalty. That would push Lord Holton above him.
Yeah,
Pariah
I think
just
Synchronizer should try and get
Synchronizer.
that taken off.
Here comes Storm. Well, it's been a very topsy-turvy race for him. But
yeah, it's unfortunate for Storm.
he's going to get himself a
go on.
P6 for his troubles. Eastbo looks just finished there in P7.
And Nicky and Conti coming round.
P8, and then Conti may have had the loneliest race I could imagine for a long time. Pit stops, he has been in 4 times. He's got a P9 for his troubles. Yeah, just look at the YouTube comments, some of the drivers commenting after the race. Yeah, yeah, Nadal ghosted. Yeah, I think that was clear to see it was lag. Wow. I'm amazed someone's watching this that could be watching Division 5. I hope you've got dual monitors, because really, why else would you be watching Division 4 or Division 5 at this rate? But there you go. There is Cam. A successful win for him, and that'll be the lead of the championship, I believe, as well. So, a very successful day all around, Joe.
Yes, and I think Synchronizer got driver of the day. I think that's well deserved, considering he only did 1 stop, along with Oostbo.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tough.
Well, that race was tough, but anyways, Cam wins ahead of Charlie, then Norholten in 3rd, Synchronizer 4th, Pariah 5th, Storm 6th, Oostbo 7th, Nicky 8th, Conti then finishing off the finishers in 9th. We lost then Nadal and Hades from this race as well. Joe, your thoughts on that race?
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was spread out near the end.
Near the end?
Yeah, most of the race. Sorry.
The safety car came in.
Yeah, it was.
That was
yeah,
almost
it was
the end of the
Sorry,
race.
it was such a stupid question to ask, Grant.
I wanted your honest assessment of it.
I don't really want to give my honest
Do you know
one.
Do you know what? I don't think I want you to either.
Yeah, maybe I should have just said sleep. To be honest.
Do you know what? I was actually going to say that too. I actually was going to say it too. You probably would have been better off staying asleep for that race. But thank you for joining me regardless.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. No,
Joe, before we go, would you like to tell ladies and gentlemen, the one person watching perhaps, what is next on the calendar for Division 4?
Next on the calendar, I don't know. I believe Tuesday night is I believe Division 1 They could be doing. Are they doing Vietnam? Because remember PSN wasn't really working.
I don't.
Are they doing
Joe,
Vietnam or are
Joe,
they
this is
doing
division.
Zandvoort?
This is Division 4. Joe, I don't care about Division 1. This is Division 4.
Oh yeah, sorry. Next Friday night, Division 4 around Zandvoort in Holland, Netherlands.
Yeah, both are
Uh,
correct.
8 o'clock. Join myself and Graham next Friday. Hopefully you all enjoy tonight, and sorry about my lateness. Until next time.